One of the reasons women, ladies, that just people, men, because you're always trying to figure out the black woman, one of the reasons that it is so easy for us to enter into an abusive relationship is that we walk in one every day. Every day that we get up, we don't have to put it on. It's our skin color. We don't have to put it on. It's our brain power. We don't have to put it on. It's our integrity. And we start out fighting. Never have truer words been said than the words that Oprah Winfrey spoke in The Color Purple when she was playing Sophia. And she said, all my life I had to fight. I remember in an interview, she said it only took her one scene to get that down. And she understood it. We have been fighting all of our life. And not fighting just for us, but as black women, we're always fighting for everybody. The black man, our black sons, our daughters, ourselves last. And it is so easy for us to get into a dysfunctional relationship because, like I said, we walk in one every day. Every day we walk into jobs where we have to pay black tax. Nobody else has to pay it. We have to work harder. We have to make sure that we keep up appearances. And they make it a whole thing where I work. It's always like, oh my God, she's always matching. She looks so cute. And it's like, okay, what's the big deal? For a while sometimes it can feel like a compliment. And then after a while you start to wonder, what did you expect? But you get used to it. And then you learn, you prove yourself. Every time there is an interview for a black woman, the first thing, no matter what her resume says, she may as well not have submitted one because they feel like it couldn't possibly have been you to make the resume. They say, oh, do you mind? We'll start you out here and you prove yourself. The funny thing is, for you to prove yourself, people have to be watching and not just looking for negativity. So if you stay under the radar and you just do what you're supposed to do and you prove yourself, no one notices. If you make a mistake, at that point you have proven to be everything that they are biased against you about. So now, anytime you think about a promotion, they think about what happened, the one bad thing. I had a situation where I didn't even do anything. It was an assumption based on ignorance. So it took some time, but I slowly proved to them that you were ignorant. You were ignorant of what's going on in your department, and I proved the bias. Still nothing said. There was a half-ass apology, but like I tell them all the time, it took me years. Probably by to the time I got to 50, a little bit earlier than that. I will say 2017 was a turning point year for me. And I worked for a very stressful company. And in that stress, I learned to turn things around. I learned to put them on the defense. I learned to flip the script. I learned to watch the people. I learned who was who. Now, I've always done this at jobs, but more importantly, I leaned into it. Most of the time, I look at it and I get mad. I get sloppy, I get impatient, I get demanding, I get frustrated. And the minute that I'm on the defense, I'm already losing, okay? So 2017 was a pivot year where instead of leaning into it and allowing them to write the narrative, I started writing it. And I learned so much. And from then on, I have taken it's only been one more position after that, but I walk into it, I'm looking, I'm observing, and I'm gaining. Even after the situation at this new place, I still found myself making sure that I'm intentional, making sure that I'm still leaning into it, because there are those moments that I wake up and after proving that you were wrong about everything, I want to literally burn the place up. And when I say that, I mean come out the box, tell everybody verbally how you're wrong, bust people out, as they say. And then I have to remember, you never fight to gain somebody's approval. You never fight to teach somebody or tell somebody that they're wrong about you. That fight will never end. Because if a person wants to see something in you or something about you, they're going to see it no matter what you do. I could tell everybody. I could bust them out. I could show them, and I could give them detail by detail. Remember, you used to treat me this way, and then you did this, and this email. I could lay it out. And at the end of the day, the only thing they would say is, oh my gosh, she was a little crazy. I mean, they would twist it. Because it is never productive to fight for somebody to like you. The only time you go to war is when it's about the spoils, when it's going to be about the money. So, I say nothing. I defended myself. And like I said, that was something different for me because I did not immediately jump in. There were months of watching and silence and, every day checking, okay, God, do we do something today? And it was only when I was given the green light and I was given direction and I was given strategy and I walked and I did what I needed to do. Now, once again, it did not change how the bias of some management, but the most important thing is I did not lose ground. Because once you lose ground and once that energy is shifted, you got to work hard. You'll never gain it back. And then for me, I found myself mad because who wants to have to defend themselves against somebody or people that don't respect you? But once you put yourself in that situation, by moving too fast, by being on the defense, that's exactly where you are. So when I say that it's easier for black women to get into dysfunctional relationships, that's what I mean, because every day we're fighting one. We are fighting against false assumptions. We're fighting against people who assume, who want to see bad in us, who want to declare that we are less than, people who refuse to accept our intelligence, and who always want to belittle us and narrow us down to a stereotype. If they cannot deal with our authority and our intelligence, they want to reduce us down to trying to be around the way or speaking in colloquialisms, assuming that we all speak them. And although I speak them fluently, when I see that, I also go and let them know that I am educated and I begin to speak everything but one. Because what you will not do is appropriate my culture, and you will not disrespect me. So, when you see us get into dysfunctional relationship with men, before you judge, just remember every day is a day for us. Every day we have to put on. Every day we wear 2 or 3 personalities. And nobody calls us crazy when we stay on the jobs and we excel past all of the biases and the racism and the bullcorn to be able to hold down a family. So before you judge a black woman, take a day in her life. You will learn to love her. You will learn to respect her. And you will begin to understand her. It's been your girl, Candid with Kim.